Welcome back. I'm playing Warhammer Dawn of War Definitive Edition, and we've now gone through Dawn of War, Winter Assault. We've done 2 campaigns in the Dark Crusade, and if people want me to do more campaigns with that, please let me know. But I'll move on to Soulstorm now and go through the new factions that were introduced with that game. So let's click here, and that should reload the game, and we'll see if there is an introduction here.
Damn them! Fight for all your worst soldiers! We've got to win this!
Sisters! Fight by my side! Now, my sisters! In the Emperor's name!
That's funny. I remember the other introductory cinematics, and I have no recollection of that one, so I guess that just shows how much the introduction to this game has fallen compared to the other ones. I think it was probably pretty easy for them to just kind of create it, because they're like, oh man, we probably did pretty well with the other Dark Crusade games, so let's just bolt out Soulstorm here, and then we can kind of do the same thing, and then nothing happened afterwards. So I wonder if the quality kind of spiraled downhill from there. I don't really recall. I remember Soulstorm taking a really long time to load on my ancient computer that I was using at the time when this first came out many a year ago, but otherwise I viewed it as being pretty much similar to the Dark Crusade, just with all the other factions and things. So let's get started here on a new campaign. When I do it, I will play it on the hardest difficulty here. At a minimum, I'll complete it with the Adeptus Sororitas and also the Drukhari. And again, if you guys want me to do more campaigns with this game, I certainly will do that as well. So let's get started on the hard difficulty, which is the hardest difficulty in the game, and let's see what we can do.
It was the sudden appearance of a warp storm at the Kaurava system's outer edge that first caught the attention of the Imperium, and not just the Imperium. After hundreds of years under the neglectful watch of the Imperial Guard, nearly every force in the galaxy would descend upon the planet of Kaurava, bent only on domination and victory. 3 races had long dwelled in there: the Imperial Guard, its supposed rulers; the orc tribes of Kaurava II, which the Guard had never successfully put down; and the Necron, who had slept undisturbed for untold millennia beneath Kaurava III. Where the Chaos Marines came from, or how, none can say. Did the warp storm bring them, or did they bring the warp storm? Both appeared suddenly on Kaurava IV, and in an eye blink, half the system's Imperial forces were gone, killed or claimed by the madness of chaos. In quick succession, the others flocked to Kaurava. The Space Marines, the Imperium's super soldiers, descended on Kaurava II, planning to finally cleanse the system, both of the troublesome orcs and the Chaos Marines, the sworn mortal enemies. The Tau appeared next, not far above, on one of the planet's moons. In the interests of protecting its ordered empire from the effects of human folly, the Tau came seeking to contain the warp storm, and in so doing, expand the territory's border. On their moon, they built a mighty fortress, and there forged a space cannon capable of interplanetary devastation. Among the wastes of Kaurava III, the Necrons, perhaps awakened by the disruptive forces of the warp storm, slowly massed their lethal legions. In quick response, webway gates, long unused, flickered to life, and Eldar poured forth, ready to battle their dark, death-dealing adversaries. Meanwhile, in the shadow of an ancient portal gate, the Dark Eldar slipped stealthily out of the murky depths of the webway. They would be like carrion birds, flying above the battlefield, and when all were weary from the fight, make the battlefield into a feasting ground. Last to arrive, and perhaps most to be feared, were the Sisters of Battle, holy maidens and bearers of the God Emperor's faith. They had come to cleanse the system of corruption and filth. Their faith left them fanatical, unafraid of death and solace in their cause. Nothing here was clean. All must be purged. Now, war rages anew, and only the victorious may write their history. Only the victorious will claim the planets of Kaurava.
I'm pretty sure the Tau don't sound that way. Little audio bug there, I'm guessing. So yeah, it's kind of funny. I remember vaguely some of that stuff from the introduction there, but the rest of it I had forgotten over time, so Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come here. Like I said, I don't have negative memories of this game. I just remember it kind of feeling like it was the same thing as Dark Crusade was. But like I said, at a minimum, I'll go through a campaign with the Sisters of Battle here, and also the Dark Eldar. I guess they're not called Drukhari in this game here. And if you guys want me to go through the other campaigns, I'm certainly willing to do that. For the first campaign that we play with, I will read the archives, kind of like what I did with the Necron playthrough with Dark Crusade, just for those who are interested in those archive backstories. And then on the later playthroughs, I won't do that because that'll just be too redundant. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are here, and I think what I'll do is... which one do I want to start with? I remember having difficulties with both of these. I remember the Dark Eldar to be a little bit easier to use at the start, and then they kind of fell off mid-game and then got better late-game, and I remember the Sisters had a kind of a rough start too and then really popped off once they started getting their upgrades going. You could spam their abilities. I feel like since we've done kind of a regular Eldar playthrough on some of those other ones, maybe I should go to the Sisters of Battle, which may feel a little more unique, and then we will jump to the Dark Eldar as well. So you are the Canoness Selena Agna, leading the Sisters of Battle and glorious battle against all foes of the Holy God Emperor. It is your duty to cleanse these worlds of the mutant, the alien, and the heretic alike. A great corruption has fallen upon the Kaurava system, and everyone there is suspected of heresy or taint. Everything must be burnt to the ground. Bonus power forward basis. Oh, that's right. Yeah, in this game, each faction has its own little trait, and I think you get increased movement speed, decreased production cost, recover lost forces, fast population growth, forward bases, deep strike squads, space cannon. I think as you take over the HQs, you get access to the other factions. I think that's how it works, if I remember correctly. And if this works with Requisition like the Dark Crusade did, that's going to be a little bit unfortunate for ours, because we're probably not going to have the resources to get that forward base going. But let's get started and see what we can do. Quite the open mouth there. That was kind of creepy. Not sure how I felt about that. Oh, do we not get an opening cinematic? Well, that's a little disappointing. Oh yes, that's right. I remember there's multiple planets on this one here. So it's us and the Imperial Guard, and then you have to take webway gates to let you jump between the different areas in the planets. Yes, I remember this now. Yeah, okay, I remember this. So yeah, it's not nearly as strategic moving around as it was on the Dark Crusade. You gotta like kind of battle, take your area, and since we're gonna be playing as capturing all these different territories, I guess that means we'll be capturing one world and go back and forth. Okay, this is coming back to me now. Alright,
Welcome to the single-player campaign of Dawn of War Soulstorm. These tutorial windows will guide you through the first 2 turns of play and introduce key features of the Dawn of War campaign mode. Your goal is to conquer all 4 planets of the Kaurava system. Each planet is made up of multiple territories which you will conquer one at a time. The campaign map is your primary interface for directing your troops' strategic moves. Individual battles are fought on the smaller-scaled battle map. This province is your stronghold or home territory. It is from here that you are launching your conquest of the Kaurava system. If your stronghold is ever conquered, you will be pushed out of the planetary system and lose the campaign. Since this is the first turn, this is the only territory you currently control. The enemy factions each have their own strongholds, identified by banners on the campaign map. To win the campaign and make the entire Kaurava system yours, you must conquer all 8 enemy strongholds. The icon of your commander indicates the current position of your main army. You can only attack a destination that can be reached from the province where your army is, so its position on the map defines your options. The enemy factions each have armies of their own, and also can only attack adjacent territories. Some of your enemies may have powers that allow them to move in different ways, so be wary.
Alright, well...
These arrows show you where your army can move or attack this turn. Red arrows indicate attacks into enemy provinces. Green arrows indicate moves into friendly provinces. Since this is your first turn, and you only control your stronghold, you must attack an enemy territory. To move to or attack, left-click to select that province, and then click on the attack or move button in the right panel. Begin by attacking one of the territories adjacent to your army. After moving or attacking, you will have to end your turn in order to move or attack again.
That seems like this could really drag it out a little bit more. I kind of liked having that double attack thing with the Fury with the other game, Dark Crusade, because it made things go a lot faster. Well, let's read the archive for our Sama district here, which is our HQ. So adrift in the barren northlands of Sama stands a single metropolis, which has now become the preceptory of the Sisters of Battle. Order of the Sacred Rose. Most likely the sisters chose the city for symbolism, a proud testament to the Imperium rising out of the dusty wasteland. Prior to the arrival of the Sisters of Battle, the Sama district was one of the regions least dependent on the Imperial Guard presence. Wild game hunting, active east-west trade, and domestic manufacture had supported an independent population that welcomed the Sisters of Battle with nearly as much reverence as fear. Adeptus Sororitas, Order of the Sacred Rose, by order of Canonist Commander Selena Agna. Public declaration. Faithful servants of the Emperor and citizens of Sama, this provincial realm is hereby claimed and annexed unto the right of the pious cause of the Sisters of Battle, acting as a hand of the one true ecclesiarchy. Be assured that all property, sustenance, and chattel you are compelled to donate to our holy cause will be repaid by the Emperor's love now and hereafter. Be advised that no one who is righteous and holds his allegiance to the God Emperor need be alarmed. Only the corrupt, the mutant, and the heretic shall perish in flames. Any wishing to confess themselves up front and pass swiftly into the blessed redemption should report to the new preceptory headquarters in Moksha Square at 1000 hours sharp. Devout individuals wishing to join the Fraternus Militia should report at 050. Uh-oh. I think you know what's going to be happening there. End transmission. Alright. Well, with that, I guess what we'll do is kind of just come down this way, take out the Imperial Guard, come to the webway, and then make our way off the planet. So let's come over to here. And it looks like that will get us access to the Battle Sister Prioris Squad. Intense additional training and wide-ranging battlefield experience are minimum requirements for the elite Prioris Battle Sisters. Guardians of the Order of the Sacred Rose Covenant, requisitioned to serve as Canonist Agna's personal retinue, has access to many weapon upgrades. I think this is just a basic sister battle. That's quite the animation for their face there. It kind of reminds me of the Canadians from South Park. Alright, let's take a look here for the archive for this one. Kaurava City. At the heart of Kaurava 1 is Kaurava City. This region is one vast city, which is in fact part of the even more gigantic city extending through the Drusilla and Vyasasten. I have no idea, but it is the Kaurava City that is the pinnacle of the imperial culture in the system, its capital and home of the great universities, libraries, and ecclesiarchal temples. The city itself is a patchwork of new growth and decaying neglect. Fresh structures are raised amongst the collapsed, burned out, and decaying buildings. Slums flank mansions and opulent centers of commerce. City annuals, record, subarticle, annual purge, honorably attended by Inquisitor Lord of the Ordo Hereticus. Objectives: purge all the city sectors where the morally depraved, corrupt, unseemly, and poor have increased in number. Performed annually in coordination with the Imperial Guard, Hellhounds, and Adeptus Arbites. Report: in this purge, 1700 potential heretics and mutants were identified. All were cleansed and burned upon the inquisitorial stakes. At this date, no later than 100 years from the current time, our Lord will reattend to ensure correct cleansing has been adhered to. Conclusion: annual purging remains a vital organ in the functioning corpus of Kaurava 1's effective governance. Pretty badass. Alright, well, let's do a mission here and see what we can do.
This screen shows you the forces you are leading into an attack and allows you to return to the campaign map if you decide you don't want to attack yet. Since this is your first attack, most options aren't yet available. By playing as the Sisters of Battle, you possess the power to build forward bases. Before any attack, you may purchase buildings in addition to Honor Guard units. Purchased buildings will be present at the outset of the battle. However, unlike Honor Guard units, they will not travel with your commander into other fights. Conquer enemy strongholds to obtain the racial powers added to your own.
Alright, well, let's engage into a single battle here against the Imperial Guard. Don't really have the requisition to do much for the forward bases at this point in time. Interested to see how the sisters play compared to the other factions here. I remember them being pretty micro-intensive. So we got dismantle, so if we send a servitor in, it can do damage to buildings. Oh yeah, missionaries. Those are like our little scout guys here. Do I not start with a hero? Here she is, the canoness. Alright, we'll have the missionaries run around and capture points for us.
Inspire me. Onward! Emperor, grant us
And just run them around. You can come over here, get that, get over here. Start getting some servitors.
Momentary. Here to serve.
Get a power generator.
Inspire me. I will take it without
Maybe have him
fail.
come towards the center.
Praise be the Emperor for giving us this in thy name.
Alright, let's see. That allows us, that's like our armory, I guess.
From the lighting and the tempest, Emperor deliver us.
Let's get another one, I guess. And then we'll start building those out. Because usually at the start you're in trouble. So we got Celestians, which I think are anti-heavies. Alright, field logistics allows us to increase it. And then we have some grenade types. So I guess let's just make some sisters here.
I
I remember they get flamers and bolters. I don't remember if they have any other weapon kits like the other factions do. No, it is just 2. Holy Icon. Increases max faith, allowing acts of faith. Illuminates the area, revealing infiltrated units. Oh, I think the sisters... Yeah, you have the faith mechanic to use their special abilities. And then their towers are all flamers. I remember that actually causing some issues because they're not good at taking out any armored units, but they do have splash, allowing us to more easily kill infantry that are attacking us. Alright, let's get one of these armories out, play around with that.
Strike them down!
Get the requisition out. I guess let's get the icons out.
Emperor, inspire
Alright,
me.
let's just
I
keep
will take it
capturing.
without fail.
We'll get that built out. Alright, so I guess the little stars are what the faith are. So power swords, blessed ammo, ignore cover. That's actually pretty nice.
2 specification.
Praised be the Emperor for giving us this point.
Seraphim. Jetpack. Okay, so this is the jetpack infantry that has anti-vehicle and building grenades with the crack. And then they also generate faith, it looks like.
Emperor, grant us dominion of this place in thy name.
The Imperial Guard.
Get that to increase our population caps, and then we want to get the Inferno pistols.
Strike them down!
Alright, we got some guardsmen running around over here. I don't want the flamers, I actually want to get heavy bolters.
Praised be the Emperor for giving us this point.
For that.
Yeah, guardsmen are on the move for sure.
Thou shalt not. I shall.
They walk in darkness.
Inspire me.
Gonna have to run away. Maybe I'll attach him. I seem to recall that his tier 1 ability is healing, so I guess we've kind of found where the enemy battle lines are now, so we've kind of advanced as much as we can go here.
Secured and sanctified.
I submit. Immediately.
Well, let's keep building up these.
Witchcraft, heresy, and mutation!
Alright, they're shooting the guardsmen. So we can start getting our bolters out.
We cannot afford mercy!
I am a servant to the Emperor. Emperor.
Alright, he's getting the shit kicked out of him, so let's just pull out of there. Ah, that allows us to get more weapon loadouts.
We walk in his light.
Smite the enemy!
Hey, they're kind of boxing me in a little bit.
It is a treasure.
I serve the sister. Be it your will. 2 specification.
Witchcraft, heresy, and mutation!
I serve the
Strike
sister.
them down!
Alright. More infantry running around.
I am consecrated to the Imperium. Listen me.
I serve.
Alright, let's just keep building that up so they stop capturing them out from underneath me here. I would like to see what all these buildings can do.
Heresy and mutation. They have committed the ultimate heresy.
I know that sometimes frustrates you guys on the first episode, but I like to just play around with the units and see what each one of them can do.
Heresy and mutation.
And the good news is then it should make this become much stronger if we have to defend it.
We command dread and awe.
I remain.
Celestial squad, ready for battle.
Alright, there's a command squad.
Never shall we tremble.
Oh yeah, that's right, you can equip them with...
I serve.
Do they get two different kind of weapons, or do you just select which one? I don't remember quite how that worked.
humbly await orders.
Let's see, Manufactorum is for vehicles, because I don't remember what the vehicles are.
Ready for battle.
I mean, I think it was an immolator.
From the
It is
lighting
a judgment.
and the
They have
tender
committed the ultimate
Emperor
heresy.
Deliverer.
Speed is your will.
Let's just get the upgrades going, I guess.
We command dread and awe.
Whenever to yourself.
Alright, let's get you attached to here.
Now their time to die. They have committed the ultimate
Alright,
heresy.
keep pushing these guys back. Alright, beautiful.
They have committed the ultimate heresy.
Okay, so it looks like I do have to select both of them. It's like a couple of weapons of each type, it looks like.
I serve.
You know, honestly, might just build up that superpower generator here. Alright, so we've got rhinos, immolators, and aircraft.
Instructions received.
Witchcraft, heresy, and mutation.
I am
We purge the righteous field.
Emperor. Inspire me.
Oh, that's right, they have shorter range.
We command dread
So that
and
means
awe.
they gotta get shot up when they're trying to kill buildings.
Witchcraft, heresy, and mutation.
Our faith conquers all.
We command dread and awe.
Alright, so that increases our abilities. So that pretty much just is a hero upgrading building. Damn it, they killed my assassins. Infiltrated.
My end is near.
Alright, let's take a look.
We cannot afford mercy.
Consecrated to the Imperium.
Oh, the Emperor.
Alright, so they do decent damage. Let's get a Repentia here.
Death Cult assassin, ready to kill. Witchcraft, heresy, and mutation.
Alright, these guys are just shooting. Actually, I'm not doing that much damage and my hero's about to die. I am not super impressed with what I'm seeing so far. Because I think the Imperial Guard are actually probably going to just kill my sisters here.
We have excelled at battle.
Yeah, they're plasma pistols, especially when they're getting all
We know
upgraded seem like they're just completely devastating me. Alright, what do we got here? Reinforce, so that increases health. We have a pendant engine, but we have to get one of those buildings. We need more population. Alright, let's pull back and try to get this going.
We have excelled at battle.
I seem to remember the cross guy doesn't attack, he just like buffs their morale or
I serve.
Humble missionary. Here to serve.
generates faith. I can't remember quite what the mechanic is.
Here to serve. We have excelled at battle. This lender's prime.
Alright. Oh my god, these guys are just totally devastating my infantry. Alright, well,
Humble missionary. Here to serve.
this will increase the damage of the multi-meltas.
Holy outcasts.
Maybe we want to go with the pendant engines to have something that can actually tank some hits. We'll get the sister. She's our super elite tier unit. Man, I am not impressed. These guys are getting killed. Holy shit.
We are holy outcasts. Emperor, guide us. Emperor, make me thine instrument.
Oh my gosh, these guys are all getting killed. Why can I not get an army going? Where are all my points going towards?
Here to serve.
Oh shit, there's no cutoff to frickin'...
I lead. Sworn ever to yourself.
There's no cutoff to missionaries, so I'm in those cost population, so I effectively have like...
Make me thine instrument.
Oh my god, look at that. Well, this is why we play around on these first missions here, just trying to see how it works. Make all the mistakes. Holy shit, I'm goofing this up like nobody's business. Well, those pendant engines should make easy work of those guardsmen. And hopefully it should wreck their morale as well. And I guess we'll just sacrifice the missionaries over there to try to clear out this area. Well, let's just upgrade everything and play around with it. Okay, so there is a cap to the amount of repentia you can get, apparently. Alright, well, let's just keep upgrading everything here. Try to play around a little bit. I kind of thought the repentia charged in, but they're actually kind of slow. Alright, let's try her attacks here.
Ready for battle.
Get that upgraded.
Build protocols
Sworn ever to
confirmed.
yourself when at peace and when at war.
Why are you guys just standing here? Are you glitching out? I guess you're just glitching out. Great. So who knows how long they were just standing there getting shot up.
Squad, ready for battle.
This is going swimmingly for the first episode.
Of the ecclesiarchy.
Alright, let's get that, because I am going to need some anti-vehicle. I guess let's get some pendant engine. If he's going to go mass infantry, then I think going exorcist spam will be good, because that's powerful artillery, and hopefully that should disrupt the enemy.
Sworn ever to yourself when at peace and when at war.
Alright, here we go. Let's get some exorcist out of here.
Onward!
Alright, because I seem to recall that the artillery does not cause friendly fire, unlike the whirlwinds in the original Dawn of War. They actually have pretty good range, it looks like.
The glory of the Emperor through me!
Yeah, that looks good. I guess we're not going to break any morale since the commissars are still there and they keep executing their own guys. Alright, let's get you over to here. Oh my gosh, those guys are actually launching an attack on me. Alright, well, let's keep playing around here. Maybe we get some aircraft to see what they can do.
Destroy them utterly!
I thought the Repentia would actually be better against the Imperial Guard because we can lock them into melee, and I would assume the guardsmen are not good in melee. You know what, that blessed... Oh, okay, there's the charge attack. Let's just upgrade everything, though. So you have to increase the... or you have to research the ability to get them to charge.
Without purity, we are lost.
Can you hear the organs play? Never shall we tremble. Annihilate them all!
Alright. Man. I can't believe that I'm getting pushed back so much. God damn. These guys can't even take out a single turret, huh? At least the healing ability is pretty decent. Alright. You guys are still pushing back.
They are consigned to
I serve the Emperor. I serve the Emperor.
Alright, so there's the fighters. Let's run them over to here.
foul apostasy.
I serve the Emperor. We have excelled at battle. Annihilate them all!
Alright.
It is a judgment. Strike the enemy! We are holy outcasts. Systems atoned through conquest.
They are consigned to certainty.
Holy shit. Can't believe how little progress I've made so
We are
far.
servants of the god.
Alright, I guess the big thing is I'm just making way too many of these Celestian squads because they're just not good against killing infantry. I thought maybe the Melta weapon would be good at attacking anything. Okay, now they're doing the charge. I did remember that being a thing, so you just have to upgrade it.
We have excelled at battle.
Alright, let's get you over here. So I think what I need to do is probably get those Proris, or whatever they're called, the Battle Sisters, with the heavy bolters to take out the low-tier infantry. The Melta to take out any vehicles or buildings, and then the Repentia if I need somebody to fight in melee. Alright. They're just now starting to get an armory out. Alright, well at least the Celestians are really good against vehicles. It seems like we just dropped that Sentinel and lickety-split.
They are consigned.
Limbs of the ecclesiarch. We command Dresendar.
Alright, let's keep charging through here. So it looks like if you kill the stronghold or the fortress, that doesn't cause a total victory like it did on the original. So I'm guessing you probably either have to destroy every building or you have to destroy all their production buildings.
Broken purity. To the hymns of the ecclesiarchy.
I
We
serve
cast
the
heresy and mutation.
All right. Yep, that's exactly what it has to do. Is you have to destroy all the production buildings to be able to bring the mission to a close. And now we'll get some war gear. And it actually shows you what the war gear is now, so that's been fixed for Soulstorm. So that's good.
As you conquer more and more provinces, you'll be awarded pieces of special equipment for your commander. This equipment is called Wargear. You will never be awarded a specific piece of Wargear. Instead, for each award, you get to choose one piece from the list on this screen. Note that you may have to get some pieces of Wargear to unlock other, more powerful versions.
Maybe I go with the Sabbat pattern helm, because that'll get us some infiltration detection, so I don't have to worry about that. So the Sabbat pattern helm awarded to only the most courageous. This helmet provides. I think it's just generally easiest to go with getting the infiltrated. I mean, I'll have priests with me that are missionaries that should really reveal infiltrated units, but I'm going to do this. So the Sabbat pattern helm awarded to only the most courageous. This helm provides full spectrum filtering and advanced technical readouts, reveals infiltrated units, and increases damage of ranged attacks. So let's do that. And then we won't have to look at her face no more, so that should be a win-win situation here. But definitely going to increase these weapons I think would be good too. But that was a bit of a sloppy first time, but I was kind of overwhelmed with all the different options that I had there. I was just kind of seeing what units I had on my roster. So I think I have an understanding. I definitely need to, next time, maybe learn a little bit more about our command point abilities. But I should be able to at least have an understanding of how to build an army now, because I wasn't quite sure what units did what, but at least I feel like I kind of know what that is. But yeah, definitely a bit of a situation here.
Congratulations, you have conquered your first province. This victory has given you several rewards, including a piece of Wargear. Every territory yields a certain amount of planetary requisition per turn. Additionally, many territories provide special bonuses, such as Honor Guard units. Look for bonuses in the right-hand panel when you select a province. The Honor Guard are special units that can be trained to accompany your commander in battle. Purchase Honor Guard units from the commander or the attack screen. Take note that if you lose a territory that provided you with an Honor Guard unit, you will lose the ability to purchase that unit. Other provinces will grant small resource bonuses for battles, or contain ancient gates that allow travel between the planets. This is the territory you've just conquered. Notice that it has changed to your color, and that your army is on it. Whenever you conquer a province, your army moves there. You can only move or attack once per turn, so your turn is effectively over. Next turn, new provinces will be open to attack. When you are ready to let the enemy factions act, click on the End Turn button.
Alright, well I think we're effectively touching his base, but given how pitiful that showing was here, I definitely think I'm going to have to come over and get some of these guys here. Now I guess I didn't really play much with the Seraphims here, so maybe that might have been a better option. I think I needed more of the Sisters of Battle to get the heavy bolters, and then the Celestians seem to be pure anti-vehicle because they'll get the multi-meltas and the melta-guns. So I think that's how that works, and this is probably just like a fast attack unit, so I'll have to play around a little bit of that. These are considered faithful units, so that would allow me to do it. And then it didn't help that for more than half the mission I didn't upgrade my units, so then the Astra Militarum infantry was out shooting me, so that was a little bit of a situation there. So let's just read the archive here while we're waiting. So Vyasasten. This eastern edge of Kaurava I's Leviathan City has recently begun to experience annexation by the Sisters of Battle. Though no outright conflict has yet taken place, its northern sectors have quietly claimed by the Sisterhood. Conflict between the Sisters of Battle and the Imperial Guard has occurred of late in this area of the city. As a result, the populace of the cities and the suburbs of its province have largely fled, seeking refuge in the neighboring provinces. Memorandum. Topic. A new vision for the Imperial Kaurava. Subsection. Sender Governor General Vance Stubbs. Key among the precepts I require enacted is that administorum and military forms find mutual expression. I will repeat this as many times as necessary to get the point across. This must happen. We cannot have divisions in purpose, although we must be divided in function. To this end, the aqueducts of sectors 19, 13, and 4 will be expanded to accommodate better converse between the Drusilla and Vyasa. I have already ordered the embankments of the Virata River fortified. Furthermore, the outer urban areas will be properly district just as on Attila, the foundation work laid for the additional spaceport. With the full shipping and military capabilities by these and other such efforts, we will make our world redoubted to the glory of the God Emperor. Okay, so we'll tack that next time, and then let's just take a look at this one as well. So Shakun Coast, the small province formed by the habitable shore of the Shakun Sea, is famous for its health benefits and for the wealthy and powerful who tend to have the second homes along the river. The region boasts several proper cities, along with numerous poor fishing villages, and the famed Museum of Xenos and Mutant Curiosities was closed with the arrival of Governor Stubbs, who deemed it blasphemous and heretical. Personal correspondence, low-level encryption decrypted. Miriam. I cannot tell you much at present. Things have been in such disarray. Also, I cannot trust that this letter won't be read. The important thing is, expect me in a week, though by Holy Terra, Myron, no good will come of anyone left in Vyasasten. I am just a petty cleric, not some battle-hardened guardsman. I'm just a petty cleric, not some battle-hardened guardsman. I'm not made for this. Things are bad here. Things here are bad. Officially, nobody has made a move, but their shelling and lightning fighter runs overhead, and every day some building gets stormed, by which I mean flamed with multi-meltas, Ordo Hereticus business. Now I'm behind the 252nd all the way, what with Uncle Jar, a major, and all that, but at the end of the day, my allegiance is to the immortal God Emperor and the Ecclesiarchy. You see what scrape I'm in? What with my ties to the planetary requisitions and the commerce commissions, I can't stay, no one can stay, or they will come under suspicion from one side or another. That is all I can say here. The important thing is, expect me within a week. I'll be there. Your brother, Chiron. Alright, so we should be able to bang out those 2 missions for sure next time, and maybe... Well, let's hold off on reading this one, so we'll just do those and we'll call it quits here for the day. A little bit of a longer first episode. I definitely felt like I struggled a little bit with this, but it seems like this is going to be a very micro-intensive faction, and for somebody like me who is just kind of more unga-bunga, this may be a little bit of a difficult first campaign for me, so it may take some extra time, but I feel like I should be able to blow through several missions now that I kind of have an understanding of how this faction functions. So with that, I'm going to sign off for the day. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe. Encourage me to post more content for you. Have a great day.